want to show you how to make an absolutely wonderful Portokalopita. Portokalopita is that Greek orange sponge cake, very delicious, a little bit of syrup on top, lot of flavor going on, very easy to make, super delicious, and perfect for any time of the year. So like everything else that uses an oven, first things first, preheat our oven 375 degrees Fahrenheit or about 180 degrees Celsius. Get that off and going before we start on the next part, which in this case is our syrup for our orange cake. Now, this is a very simple recipe and a very simple syrup. You're going to take 3 cups of water and pour that into a pot, just like that. Next part of this is 2 cups of sugar. That's going to go in there as well. And lastly, the zest of 1 orange. Now, you can use a zester or whatever, but I just usually just take it like this and very easily just peel around the orange. Don't go too deep because that's what gives you that sour, bitter taste. Just go on top just enough to get the skin off. And if you're lucky, you can do it in one kind of ribbon and get that off and going just like that. So now that our syrup is on its way, the next part of this using our mixer is 1 cup of veg oil is going to go in here. Get that out of the way with 1.5 cups of sugar. Drop your mixer, lock and load, and just get this incorporating and mixing. All right, so now that our veg oil and our sugar are well combined, the next part that goes into this are 4 eggs. And again, reduce the speed of your mixer and just throw your eggs in one by one very slowly. And make sure, if you're not super comfortable with cracking your eggs right into a bowl, don't worry about it. Crack them somewhere else, and that way you can get the eggshells out if need be. We don't want any unnecessary crunch in our cake today. All right, so now we just drop that down and put in 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Is going to go into our mix. Along with that, the zest of 1 orange. Boop, ba-doop, 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 boop, boop, boop. That goes in just like that. So now we're getting like maximum like orange flavor coming out of this. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So let's juice that up just a little bit more. Give that about a minute or so. It doesn't need much. Oh, and here we have our syrup ready. Get that off the burner, and I'm just going to leave this here out of the way. We're going to forget about it until the very end. Let it cool right down. That's exactly what we want. So this is mixing in. The next part of this is a teaspoon of vanilla extract will go in. Now again, this mixer is going like up and down. It's like my blood pressure. So now bring your mixer down in terms of speed, and you're going to throw into this 3/4 cups of the strained Greek yogurt, like there's any other kind. But anyway, throw that in just like that. So now that everything is mixing away in here, the next part of this, here's the thing with this cake. Instead of flour, I'm using Phyllo. And for this, I'm using about 1 pound of Phyllo that I'm going to cut up into very thin shreds. So let's open this up. And this is always my favorite part here because I either wind up getting cut or like ripping the shit out of everything. So, oh, it worked. Fairly easy. Perfect. So now this is ready to go here. It calls for 450 grams or about 1 pound. So now I'm going to roll up my Phyllo and I'm going to just start slicing 1/4 inch thick strips. All right, so now I have my Phyllo dough here, all kind of cut up, shredded up. This now I have to incorporate along with my Phyllo, the batter that we've got. So, oh, if you guys can only smell this batter, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Now, very slowly, we're going to take our shredded Phyllo and just add it inside or add it to our batter basically. And all you're going to do is just stir this around until it all becomes incorporated, and your phyllo basically absorbs as much of this liquid as it possibly can. The trick to this, though, my friends, is do it slowly. Don't be a hero, don't rush, because you don't want this kind of clump of phyllo in the middle of your beautiful batter, because that just takes away from this whole cake experience. And this cake is really something. Oh my gosh. You can just smell this. It smells so damn good. My God. And there goes the last of our phyllo. So all in all, we've added about a pound of phyllo into our batter. And it's slowly coming together. It's got a really beautiful consistency. It's going to have a little more body than just the conventional floured cakes. And we're going to add the syrup right when this comes out of the oven. So imagine you're going to have like a hot cake with like room temperature or cooler syrup. All the flavor is just going to become absolutely gorgeous, absolutely fantastic. I can't tell you how excited I am for this. I've had this in Greece before, and it's actually remarkably light for a cake that's got so much phyllo into this. So now that our batter is ready, all you're going to do is take this and put this in your 9 by 13 pre-greased pan and get all this goodness out of there as well. You don't want to lose any of this. This is just like pure play flavor. Absolutely fantastic. And look at the texture of this, my friends. This is so remarkable. All of this in the cooking process, the phyllo, the batter will just get absorbed, and it's going to become fantastic. So now, this is going to go into our preheated 375-degree oven for about 25 to 35 minutes. Keep an eye on it. Check it out. As soon as it becomes GBD, baby, golden brown and delicious, it'll be ready to go. All right, so now my orange cake is just out of the oven. It's piping hot. My Portokalopita is like screaming for the syrup. So what you're going to do now is, remember our syrup that we worked on before and we forgot about? Well, it's time to remember it again. So what you're going to do is actually, you're going to take this with a few ladles and just slowly start putting your syrup over your cake. This, oh my God. If the orange flavor wasn't enough, imagine now adding orange syrup to this. And keep going, just like this. And if need be, you may have to get back to this in about 15-20 minutes or so once your actual cake has absorbed the syrup. Finally, the moment I certainly have been waiting for, I get to try this. I'm going to cut into this. It's actually absorbed my syrup. It took about 5 minutes or so, but nonetheless, it got the job done. And just slowly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this into fairly generous pieces. So right down the middle. Oh my God. I could fall on this knife. This is absolutely done. Somebody hold me. And let me cut it. These are still pretty good sized pieces. I'm not going to cut the whole thing, but I am going to cut enough to get a really nice piece out of this. And I hope I don't screw up the first piece, because usually it's the first piece that winds up kind of getting all wonky, and I'll risk it. So, all right, let me take this. Let me move this off here. And let's take a piece. Like I said, without screwing up the other. Oh, look at that. Just look at this. Absolutely perfect. Perfect, perfect. Look at this. Done. You can see the textures in here. Oh my God. Let me grab this. But you know what? Here's the thing. Hold on. Hold the line. Whipped cream, baby. Just put a little bit on the side just like that. Now, I really don't give a shit about garnishing. I just want to taste this. First, I'm going to taste it without the whipped cream. Oh, look at that syrup. Oh my God. A little bit. This is grab your thighs and kiss your ass goodbye. Good. This is so delicious. It's from such a beautiful crust. It's crusty on top. It's moist, super flavorful on the inside. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. This is so delicious. My friends, you have to try this. It is so easy to prepare. Bring it to somebody's house. What the hell, make it for yourself. This is so absolutely delicious. It's remarkable how simple it is. And all it is just the ingredients you saw. So I am so happy you had a chance to watch this. I thank you so much for your time. Subscribe if you haven't already, like it's my usual spiel. Hit the like button. Check me out online as well at kensgreektable.com. And until next time, I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.